trying to do is create a different model for local news. That includes hiring people from the community instead of bringing people from outside the community to report on them. We talked to the folks at Oregon Community Foundation, and they said, if you can raise a little bit of money, we'll match it for you guys to do a study of what people think about the news ecosystem in Oregon. And the Chamber was one of our first sponsors, was one of the few who stepped up. We got the matching money, began our research, and that kind of led to what became Uplift Local.
I really love the opportunity to talk to people about what they care about in local news, how they can be a part of local news. I love watching them understand what it means to go to a public meeting and turn that into information that's useful to their community.
We found that there were big gaps in local information throughout the region, but particularly among three distinct communities. One is rural residents, many of whom have lost their newspapers, communities of cultural communities that don't necessarily have news that reflects their lived experience, communities of color and others. And then finally, non-English speakers in Oregon are really at a loss for news. And so those are the three areas that we're trying to help with our pilot project in the Columbia River Gorge.
One new thing we are bringing to Oregon is something called a Documenters program. It's civic engagement with the pipeline to journalism. So we train people to go to public meetings, we pay them to do that. We take the notes that they produce from that, edit them, fact check them, and publish those notes so that anybody can see them. We also gather all the public meetings that are going on in a community in one place. So if you want to go to a meeting or know what's going on, you don't have to be chasing down different websites. Those notes the documenters take are used as the backbone of our news service, and the documenters themselves, that act is the first step on a pathway to participatory community journalism, a series of trainings that we're developing over time.